Hey everyone, and welcome back to Ontario Cryptids. Merry Christmas to all my subscribers and returning guests. If you're one of the returning guests, then I would love for you to hit that subscribe button, which I will gladly accept as my Christmas present. Well, it started snowing this morning, Friday, and looks like we're going to have a white Christmas on Sunday, which is always lovely and festive. I have decided to record in advance so you will have an episode available to watch on Christmas Day, if you're not too busy. Today I have 4 encounter stories to share with you all. I try to find stories which took place in the month of December, and let me tell you, that was not an easy task. Okay, if you have an encounter story that you would like to share, then please forward your stories to OntarioCryptids@gmail.com. I would be honored to share your story with like-minded people. Now sit back and relax as we begin with today's encounters. This first one takes place on December the 10th of 2009, and we're going to be heading to Klamath County, Oregon, and the nearest town is Bonanza. It was 6:45 the night of December the 10th. I was driving home from Bonanza High School on Highway 140 East with my 2 daughters and son when we drove around the last sharp curve and just past mile marker 29, when my headlights picked up a movement on the side of the road about 50 yards ahead of us. At first glance, I thought it was a person because it stood upright and walked on 2 legs. However, as it strode across the highway, its gait was slightly hurried, and it only took 2 massive strides to reach the other side of the road. The shape was like a human, however, it was extremely tall, approximately 8 to 8.5 feet, due to the limited light cast by my headlights. I could only see a large dark shape and little or no features. I slowed my van down to see if I could spot it in the trees at the side of the road, but it had disappeared. Shaken by the sight, I asked everyone in the car if they had seen something in the road. And one of my daughters, as well as my 20-year-old son, described exactly what I thought I saw. It wasn't until we reached our home, approximately a mile further down the road, that we realized what it must have been. We had no other explanation for the size, shape, or huge strides of this creature. This one takes place on December the 12th of 2022. We're going to be heading to Hillsborough County, Florida, and the nearest town is Lithia. There is without a doubt a Bigfoot in Cheeto Nature Preserve. It's extremely foggy out tonight. We are having the first real cold front coming into central Florida. My location is Lithia, Florida, near Cheeto Park. I without a doubt heard a whooping noise and a loud, prolonged Bigfoot yell. It was made in 3 separate calls, getting louder than the last one. The last call was very loud. The first call sounded like an owl hoot, but as it got louder, I could tell it was coming from Cheeto Park. There's no way I could hear an owl call that far away, and the last 2 were dead-on textbook Bigfoot calls. It happened at 10:30 p.m. as the local temperature shifted. I have also heard loud thuds when I'm putting the chickens up late at night. It sounds as if someone is throwing rocks. The area is covered in baseball-sized rocks, so it would be easy to find one. This next one takes place on December 17th of 2022. We're going to be headed to Cherokee County, Georgia, and the nearest town is Canton. I have heard a strange, mournful howling as I've heard it described several times in the middle of the night, but last night it was only 50 feet from my home at 2 a.m. It was a loud howl like humanoid or larger, but not a dog. I grabbed my rifle and opened the door, and immediately it stopped. About 30 minutes go by and I hear it again. This time it sounds like it's a quarter-mile away, but very loud. I have been researching all types of animals that could make such a noise, and I have not found an answer except Sasquatch. I have heard the noise 4 or 5 times within a 3-year period of living here, always in late November or December. I should also mention that my dog caught and maybe killed a rabbit about an hour before the sounds. The rabbit escaped my backyard but was injured. The next morning, I discovered a path of rabbit fur beyond my fence. Maybe it died on the other side and then it was eaten. This last one takes place on December 20th of 2021. We're going to be going to Surry County, Virginia, and the nearest town is Surry. On December 20th of 2021, while my grandson and I were still hunting for a white-tailed deer in eastern Virginia, at 4:40 p.m. we heard what sounded like 2 wood blocks being hit together. Within seconds, we saw an animal of some sorts traveling upright, covered in smooth black fur, moving southwest to northeast very quickly. We could only see from about the animal's upper thigh upward. The head was round with no visible neck, and we could see no facial features. We saw the animal only from its left side. From the moment it first appeared until it moved out of sight was only about 3 to 5 seconds. In that span of time, it covered approximately 60 yards through thick brush over uneven terrain. There was a stiff breeze from the east-northeast, so I don't believe that the animal scented us or knew we were there. I have been a hunter, a trapper, camper, and woodsman for more than 50 of my 62 years. This animal was upright on 2 legs. It definitely was not a bear. I have seen many bears. I could not identify it at all. I have been in the woods every day since with a video camera. I found what I believe to be stick structures and 2 dens, but I don't know what animals they belong to. I am puzzled but committed to identifying this animal if I can. 4 friends and I are going out tomorrow night with some thermal imaging equipment and some super sensitive sound recorders. I have never heard any animal make the sounds of wood blocks being knocked together. 5 minutes after the animal disappeared, there was a loud thud, as if a large tree limb had fallen. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed these 4 stories today. I know they weren't super long, but at least this is going to give you time to get back to your family and do whatever you were doing or going to be doing on Christmas Day. Speaking of tree falling, I had one fall in my backyard a couple of weeks ago, and I've been trying to have somebody come out and provide me with an estimate to take away the dead part of the tree that has fallen. Now, there's still a good portion of the tree that is standing, but I have a suspicion that it's probably diseased and will probably need to come down, which is a shame because the tree is about 80 to 100 years old. It is a beautiful maple, or should I say it was a beautiful maple until half of it fell down. But in any case, I'm sure with Christmas, fast approaching, I'm probably not going to hear from anyone until the new year. I just hope with this winter storm that is approaching, we've seen a little bit of a taste of that storm. I just hope we don't have enough high winds that it knocks down the main portion of the tree. So guys, I think that's going to be it for me today. I'm going to have to head back upstairs and continue my Christmas wrapping. And as tradition would have it, Saturday night, I would bring all my Christmas presents down and place them underneath the tree. Now, that's going to be it for me for today. Have a very, very Merry Christmas with your family, and try not to have too much turkey, if turkey is what you have on Christmas Day. If these stories reminded you of an encounter that you may have had and would like to share, then please forward your stories to OntarioCryptids@gmail.com. I would be honored to share your story on this channel. Thank you guys for listening until the end. I truly appreciate it. Please hit that like button on your way out and smash the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, especially all of you who are returning guests. And again, I would love to have a Christmas present by you guys hitting that subscribe button. Have yourselves a great weekend, and I hope your Christmas is very, very merry and bright. And I hope to see you all next week right here on Ontario Cryptids.